All right, the Relentless game, turning life's chaos into power. We've got Coach Christian Seth Humphrey here. Today we're talking about community. We're talking about we've talked about isolation and the negative pieces of the isolation side of things, but I want to shine a light on just the power of community and getting around others that are pushing. And me and Christian this past week. We got to run the half marathon, Oklahoma City Memorial. You know, I just started running in January, and I had never experienced the memorial. I'd never gone down and watched the race or anything. For me, it was the game changer. I've been running by myself, so I would go and have to knock out 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 miles, whatever it was that was on there that week. And I'd go out by myself and just run it and get it done. And going out this weekend and having individuals on either side of you that are running, but then on the streets, doesn't matter where you're at, they're handing you water, they're giving you fives, and then you could almost just zone out and just enjoy the process, knowing that you already put the work in, knowing that there's nothing else that you could do, that you're just, all you got to do is show up and put one foot in front of the other. It was just it was a great experience, but it just also shows the power of having a community that's surrounding you. And that's ultimately what we're trying to do and build with the Guerrilla Alliance is get men to wake up and realize that they have dominion over every area of their life. And if you're playing with one area of your life or two areas of your life looking really well and going great, but the other couple of areas or all three of the areas and just besides one or all four of them can be off, then you are life gets hard. It gets hard quick, especially when you're playing in this game by yourself. But when you can get around others, and I just went to a men's Bible study this morning, and you can just speak up and just share where you're at and listen to other individuals, and they can kind of shine a light, and you can shine a light on them. And I get done, and one of the guys is like, "Hey man, appreciate the wisdom." And it's just like all I'm there is just showing up and doing what I'm called to do. So yeah, that's kind of what my insights were with everything. You want to go?
think, you can kind of compare the paces that everybody was running at on the race of seasons of life that we're in too. Thinking about that, and no one's, kind of like the GA, we're all moving through certain seasons of our life, going through different things. We all have different skill sets than our other brother might. And so it's cool to see that everybody's moving at a different pace, but everybody's chasing the same thing. Everybody's trying to get better. And it's a judgment-free zone. So somebody that was running a 14-minute pace walking even, they weren't being judged by everybody else. It was like, hey, good job, great job. Like people were just supporting them regardless. And then a guy running a 5.5-minute pace, like he's getting supported and he's moving through. And so it's just cool to see that regardless of what phase, what pace people are in, what their fitness level was, like no one cared about anything else other than just being in the moment with each other and just trying to get better and uplifting people. So, man, when you're around people that are chasing being better and chasing a good cause, you're just surrounded in a winner's circle. And when you're in a winner's circle, your mind's focused on winning and it's focused on positivity. So it's hard to lose when you're focused on those things.
Every time you say winner's circle, I'm gonna go, we're all winning here. The other side of it is a possibility. I get done running and I hit like PR mine, like I'm super happy with my results, like right. So I'm like pumped up. I get across the finish line. My brother-in-law hits me up. He's like, "Hey bro, you did awesome, man. You ran faster than all your training times." And he already knew what my training times were because he kind of followed me on Strava and stuff. And I'm like, "Well, what pace did I hit?" And he's like, "You got it in 2 hours and 5 minutes." And he lets me know there was a 9:30 pace, and I'm like, "Wow, that's amazing." But the possibilities wise, then I take a step back, and I'm like, "Well, what's these guys that are running like the half marathon? What's the top guy running the half marathon has like their top 10 there?" and
Yeah.
I'm like running a 5 minute and 25 second pace, and finishing like a marathon, a half marathon at this pace. And then it just opens up a whole nother level of possibilities of like, bro, you did this for 4 months. Like people ask me like, oh, well, you 4 months, like, Seth, are you done? You gonna run another one? And I'm like, well, I've built this skill set now. Why wouldn't I want to maintain this skill
Yeah.
set and mature it and keep growing in this skill set? Just because,
Now you see what you're capable of
yeah.
too.
Well, now I know. Now I have a mark of like, okay, now I know that I ran it this time, and like, who knows? Like, I'll probably run another half marathon in the next few months or whatever, just because I want to keep that skill set and keep moving in the right direction that way. And uh, other side of it is I can see my weaknesses and see like mobility, flexibility needs to get a lot better and things, and kind of go from there. But um, that's the other side of having an environment and having a community with you is like having and seeing the possibility of what you can do. And when you're by yourself and you're not getting around that, then you're not able to see what is what's the possibilities are, and you stay in your own box and you don't ever get to experience that next level and get to see that, but feel that, because you only know what you know.
Yeah.
And so that's with what we're trying to do with the Grill Alliance, but also the Vitality Meal is just show people a different way, get around others and lean on others, and then more than anything, submit and just realize that you don't know what you don't know, and people in your community can point you in that direction, then give you a different perspective, and help you shift and move forward. And so that was those are probably my biggest insights of why it's so important to have and the other side of it is like before the race, I'm getting text messages from you and the night before from other individuals just cheering me on and pointing me, hey, you go crush it, whatever.
Seeing
That
people
side,
care about you and
yeah,
love you, man.
that's that side of it too. Is just like oftentimes like we work, we take care of kids, we take care of family, and then you just repeat those little things right there, and you just
Yeah.
stay in your little circle, and you never get out to experience, push yourself and see what you're capable of, but also just get out of your own way and get around other individuals. And so something I'm grateful that I've done, because in the past I've been that guy that was like, I'm so busy working that making friends wasn't necessarily the easiest thing, because if you weren't here at the gym or you weren't at the house, then I wasn't seeing you.
Yeah.
Those are the only two places I was really staying at. And over the last few years, it's been more involved in the church and helping out and leading that way, having more events and stuff that we're having. But ran a 5K the other day, ran a half marathon, just doing more things and getting out and enjoying this game of life, because it's passing quick, and and the older you get, the faster it goes. And so, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, once you experience community like that, you can't unexperience it, and that's why we see a lot of guys that have worked with us in the GA, or even individuals that's worked with us in the Vitality Mill, and then for whatever reason, finances, life, stress, whatever the reason is, that they end up leaving. Ego sometimes, and so they end up leaving, but then they start to see how life is when they're not playing the game. They start to see how life is when they don't have structure around their fitness, their nutrition, their business, all these other things. And they start to go, man, I was this guy when I was in that community and a part of that. And now that I've left, I've slowly faded back into my old habits, and I put weight on again. I'm stressed again. Me and my wife's relationship aren't good again. Things start to slowly fall back into those old ways, because the structure you had, the community you had, the people you had behind you, trying to see you do better and help uplift you to get you to do better. Once you start to lose that, you won't forget that. And so just knowing what you were capable of, and then the version that you kind of fell back into, that's why we have people that have been in the GA that have rejoined us at the GA, or people at the Vitality Mill that are calling back and going, hey, I want to come back to the gym. And so, man, the community is so powerful, and it's something that you cannot experience once you've been a part of it.
Yeah, and I say ego is just because we get in this place of like, oh, I've got it. Like
Yeah.
I've got it under control. I got it now. It's like,
It's like our relationship with the Lord. It's like whenever we're going through hard things, we really lean on the Lord. And then we start to get out of that season of our life because God's uplifted us and helped us get out of that. And then we start to go through, or you start to have some success. You start to have some, some good milestones and achievements. And then you start to go, look at what I'm doing on my own.
Yeah.
But it's God that launched you into that and that gave you those skill sets, gave you those abilities. And I think that's kind of the direction that you were going to go there.
yeah, well, you start and then it's new and then it's normal and then it's numb and then like that's what a lot of individuals is just like,
I can do this.
oh, they started doing it and they got results from it and it felt great, and then it started to become just a checking of the box of just doing what you know that you need to do because you said you were going to do it, but there's not intention behind it.
Or integrity.
And then the next piece is then next thing you know, since you're just checking the boxes, you're not thinking about it anymore, and you're right back to where you were, square one.
Yep.
And that's ultimately what we want to do inside of the Guerrilla Alliance is we start all of our guys with the very, very basics to start to tap into their identity. So build irrefutable proof that they are who they said they are by just showing up and doing the things that you know that you need to do. It's like not something that I'm going to tell you what you need to do. You know what you need to do. And I was hearing that the other day where, yeah, people want to hear from God. I wish God would speak to me. And I heard that, those internal voices that you have when you feel convicted of something, when you're doing something that you know you don't need to, and you hear your voice inside your head, and you automatically think it's just you talking, and it's you. And I heard that like God knows who you are better than anybody does, and so why would He use someone else's voice and someone else's language to speak to you the way that He needs to speak to you? He's speaking to you the way He knows that you'll hear it. And if you have to, if you're doing something and when you get done with it, you're feeling this conviction that you shouldn't be doing it, that's God shining a light and showing you that you need to pivot. You need to make different decisions. And sometimes we get in our own way. And it's all just because we don't understand what we don't understand. And so that's ultimately what we want to help you guys with is, let's come in, and right now what I do is I work with guys for 6 months, point you in the direction, start giving you the foundational fundamentals that we need to start to build out the game that we call the impossible game. And we take 6 months to work and get there. Reason for that is, as Christian knows, is we've worked with a lot of guys that come in and we want to help them immediately and get them the results, but everybody's different. Everybody needs to start. Some people need to start a little bit. Some guys need to start a little bit slower and needs to be more laid out because they've got so much on their plate. And so that's what we do is make it where the first 6 months, let's get you in the best shape that you can be in. Let's get you reconnected with the Lord and show you a way of getting in the Word through the Bible stack. But then also with that, get you around other individuals that are pushing in this game of life, that are holding you accountable to a higher level, but you're able to see their results and see what's possible and build from there. And so that's what we invite you into. We also have the Relentless Faith Bible Experience. That's every Tuesday at 6:15 p.m. Central Time. If that's something you're interested in, I'd love to have you join us in on that. Yeah, anything that you want to add?
No, I think we're good.
All right, for Coach Christian, Seth Humphrey, if it's something you're interested in learning more about the Guerrilla Method and how we do things, you can shoot me a message at seth.p.humphrey on Instagram and Facebook with Guerrilla, and I'll show you the Guerrilla Method and how we use that over the next 6 months to help you become the man that God created you to be. So would love to work with you. See you on the other side. Have a great day.